Hello YouTube. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers, or the Fansproject I should say, because it's not actually a licensed product. Fansproject's Crossfire O2A Explorer Combat Unit Appendage Add-on Kit A. This is basically a blast-off to replace the blast-off from the Energon Bruticus Maximus or the Revenge of the Fallen Bruticus Maximus, or any version of that mold. So the box is pretty simple, pretty plain. You got him and all of his accessories. This artwork here, showing him as the arm, and then some parts over here, which are attached to Vortex for this arm, the head, and the cannon backpack. He doesn't come with the head though. He doesn't come with the gun or the hands. Those come with the swindle. So those come with the swindle. So he comes with one of the feet, he comes with the 2 shoulder extensions, he comes with the backpack with the cannons, and he comes with 2 of the guns, himself, and his sword. So let's go ahead and crack this open and take a look. Go ahead and pull this out. And it's a double clamshell here. And he comes with instructions. Take a look at these instructions. I think the instructions are for both of them. So yeah, Explorer and Munitioner. Combat Unit Colossus Combination C3. I guess that's kind of to match how the Menasor was M3. Here's pretty much a layout of all the parts each one comes with. It seems like Munitioner comes with the bulk of the parts. Explorer does come with the largest part that it comes with, but Munitioner seems to come with more parts. So yeah, it does show how to transform both of them, how to turn them both into their limbs, and then also how to attach everything to the other limbs. How to basically transform Onslaught into the Bruticus torso for this kit, and then how everybody can use all the weapons and stuff in their robot modes and be armed up, and also in the vehicle modes. And then also a launch base mode for Bruticus. Now, I did have Superion at one point, and I didn't really like him much. Basically, it's just some slippers and stuff and some hands. Not really anything much to write home about. And the elbows and stuff were really floppy on that figure, so he didn't last in my collection very long. He ended up going to another home. This figure, however, was one of my Grail figures, this Bruticus set. So we're going to go ahead and get Explorer out. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of cover these real quick. You have your shoe. I think this is the Brawl side. You got both the shoulder attachments, the cannon, and then also you have these 2 weapons here, which turn into one of the smaller shotguns. Take everything out of these clamshells, which is funny. I put them back in here for this review. I put them back in the box for a review because I had them displayed all combined. So go ahead and put this all back in the box. Now basically what this figure is meant to do is replace the blast off that came with your Revenge of the Fallen or your universe version of Bruticus. So this guy can go bye-bye. I'm going to go ahead and put him away. Because we all know Blastoff's supposed to be some kind of aerial unit, not a tank. And a lot of people complain about him being a shuttle, which is understandable. Shuttles are huge, you know, compared to the other vehicles in this set. You know, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But this is an unmanned drone shuttle, like a orbital unmanned drone vehicle. So it doesn't have a cockpit, doesn't have any kind of windows or anything to throw off scale, because these aren't as big as an actual shuttle. These are more size of a small plane. Very smart decision on their part, I believe. So this brown color is kind of muted. It's not really brown I would associate with Blastoff. More of a, you know, unlike, you know, this kind of brownish color. See, it's more muted. Put that back onto my Combiner Wars Bruticus. There we go. And then this gray is also, they did come out with a second release of these guys that came in more, this one was like almost completely brown, and then this Windle had like purple and a brighter yellow color. More for the tune accurate, you know, look. So yeah, this is pretty cool. It doesn't do much in this mode. Just kind of, it's just a little shuttle. You can see pretty much everything going on underneath. His arms, chest, his legs. So, to transform him, we can go ahead and pull these panels forward. Just kind of flip them up. And then kind of separate the back here. Pull this out. And then just separating the back makes it a little bit easier to get these tabs out, so you can bring this up. And these are older figures, so mine's kind of has a crack here. It was secondhand as well, so pull these up. I try to be careful with these panels because they don't feel like they're attached too terribly well. They're just on some double hinged arms. So you can turn him around, you can fold these wings back, flip out his toe, and just kind of fold this back. And these are normally loose. I did add a little bit of super glue to tighten it up a little bit. Just a small dab that tightened it up. So there's the legs done. He doesn't. You have to really have this peg down for him to stand pretty well. Kind of reach in here and kind of get your nail on one of the on like the middle finger, so you can pull these out and pull the nose cone all the way back. You want to bring these out to the side. They are kind of tabbed in here, so do be wary of that. And then rotate these carefully around. They're on C-clips, so they'd probably more likely come off than they would break, but also it's a thin piece of plastic that this C-clip is, so just be wary and mindful of that as well if you ever were to have this and transform them. and bring his chest out, and then bring his head out. I'm surprised his head actually came out first try. Usually it gets snagged on something in there. I'm not sure exactly what, but usually it gets snagged on me. So, and he has this like hatchet tool, or hatchet weapon. You can hold that. Pretty cool. There is a significant crack here as well, which I'm keeping my eye on also. Might have to just like dip a little bit of, or dab a little bit of super glue on there and like maybe use a little brush to brush it in. This side's fine, but this side has this, looks like a significant crack. So head's on a ball joint. You can look up that far. You look down pretty well, quite a ways. Rotates full 360. Confused dog look. These are on ball joints also, so they can move out of the way for arm movement. Ball jointed shoulder. He has a hinge here and a ball joint for a double jointed elbow, but it's so hard to move that hinge. It doesn't, and you can only get like 90 degrees out of it, so you might as well just use the ball joint to do the elbow. And the panel does rotate to get out of the way as well. He has a rotation at the waist. He doesn't have any hip skirts, but you know that comes up like this far and goes back that far for his hips, and they're ball jointed and go out to the side that far before this actually bangs up against his side. He has a rotation below that. Feels kind of uneven, like the disc on the mushroom peg inside there seems like it's not a perfect circle. And then a nice deep knee bend. And then his ankles are on ball joints, so he's got a good rocker there. Even rocker out. Tilt forward and tilt back. So pretty good articulation. Posability is pretty good too. You can get him into quite a few poses. You can definitely do a lot more with this guy than you can with the base figures, or the figure that this is replacing, actually, honestly. These ball joint hips are kind of loose though. I might have to dab another drop of super glue in there and kind of let it dry. This one's tighter. I did the super glue treatment on it and it's tighter, but this one doesn't seem to have gotten much tighter. I don't know. I don't see any cracks in the plastic that would cause it, so perhaps I just didn't put quite enough to make it tight enough. So yeah, pretty cool. As for some of these accessories he comes with, you can't really do much with this yet. These, again, can't really do a whole lot with yet. These guns, you can have pegs here, and then this one, this comes down, and then this comes down, and then that's that gun. We can rotate that back up, and rotate that back up, and then plug them together. And there you have a massive shotgun for him, but really it's meant to be a sawed-off shotgun for Bruticus. But you know, whatever you want to do with it, really. Those are really painted kind of nicely. Darker gray plastics, gunmetal gray paint, a little bit of red paint here, and some paint up inside here as well. It's almost like a pump, but like not quite the right way. So yeah, that's that. And it has a peg on this side. The other one has a peg on the other side that comes with munition. And then this is the backpack for Bruticus, and it can slide out to the sides. It's a really tight joint, but there we go. Slides out to the sides. And that allows him to come down like this over his shoulders for Bruticus. It has a peg here for, you know, if you wanted to have a figure hold it in their hand, but we'll get into that later as well. So this has been my little review on Explorer. I'm going to go ahead and show how to transform him actually back into shuttle mode, so he'll be in shuttle mode already for the next review. So you put his leg, actually don't put his legs together yet. You want to go ahead and flip his chest open, put his head back in, bring his arms up, you know, bring it up 90 degrees and up. And rotate just this panel around so it's on the outside here. And then you want to swing it in, so that will fill that in here, and then also it will tab into the side of this piece back here. And once again, you want to do the same thing on the other side. You can pull that out of the way. So bring it 90, 90, around, in, tab together. You can bring his elbows down, bring this around, tab that in, and then bring his hands up and plug them on. Bring the wings out. And go ahead and bring these panels down, and you'll make sure like this gets kind of between the wing and his leg, and then just kind of tap that together like that. And tab there, and bring this down. Make sure it gets between the wing and the leg, and that tab under there like that. And then bring this, and there's a little channel in here that has two tabs on it, one on either side, and that will plug over the handle of his sword hatchet thing. Make sure that that pin is in both feet, and then bend his toes down like so. And then bring these and tab them into the front of the wings, and he's back into his little shuttle drone. Those are on ball joints, so they like to pop out too. Something wasn't aligned quite right. I think I got it now. All right. So yeah. So in the next video, we're going to be covering Munitioner. So until then, till all are one.